Hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class, I hope, with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my players, as we carry on with our Rogue Trader game. So in the last episode, our group had gone to the lost third village down south. They had seen the glow of the remains of the city in the evening, far off in the horizon. Upon reaching a small, technically seaside town or village, probably more of a village, seeing that it was pretty much destroyed, they hopped in a small boat and rowed their ass over to an island just offshore that looked more intact. There were some clues on the mainland that a battle had taken place or artillery had been used in some way, shape or form. And as the group have got to the island, we have a little bit of a map that helps show where everyone will be and where they're finding stuff. They found that the houses over here are not nearly so badly damaged. In fact, there's only one or two that look destroyed. Most of them are intact. But Heinrich noticed a strange stain on the wall of one of the buildings. And after investigating it, he discovered that it appeared to be somewhere a stain left behind by someone who was dying and was then executed. So imagine getting shot in the stomach, reeling round with your hand on your gut to find purchase on a wall, and as you fall to your knees, your hand wiping against the wall, someone slits your throat and arterial fluid all over the wall.
All over the wall.
All over the wall. And that's where we ended the last episode. So as we come into this episode, we have had a minor malfunction. I can't get to Soon Raccoon. His browser will not open. So we're doing everything off of my GM screen. So if you notice things are happening that you wouldn't normally see, that's why. And I have to remember not to touch my GM screen. I need to start opening up maps and start opening up folders that show up all the different surprises that I have.
Soon Raccoon deserves his holidays as well.
Soon Raccoon had this day booked off, expecting all of us not to come in today.
It is possible he's in a dumpster somewhere.
Having the time of his life.
He's just recovering from a hangover somewhere.
Right.
Oh, yeah, there would also be a Muttermouth and a Thomas with you, but I can't... Yeah, I can't open up their character
You can't
sheets.
exactly... Don't worry, I got you.
I can't go away and then copy them from somewhere, I'm like,
Temporary.
Quickly, turn off the screen.
Oh, actually, that's like... Hang on, that's not a bad... Hang on. There we go. We are back, and now we are joined by a Muttermouth, a Thomas, and a Servo Spider.
And he get cut off again.
No, I should be back.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so we have returned. We now have a fuller party. So, as you are on the sand, the sea is behind you, and the houses lay out in front of you. How would you like to proceed? Are you doing it methodically, going through each row of houses, first one that you come to, or are you doing it at random?
Could do this.
I would do it methodically.
Or you take 2 houses in the first row, then you move back a row, then you take 3 houses, then you go back a row, then you take 4 houses, then you go back a row, then you take 5 houses. That way we split them up evenly between each of us.
I think I'll just go with Cray and then do methodically because I think that's safer too. You just went full D&D paladin over there, and I just lagged straight through.
It's just sitting there, like, how can I overcomplicate this? Ah, yes.
Horrible.
Cray,
So-
why aren't you thinking of this? Come on.
So as you decide to do it methodically, Cray and Cooney walking away from Heinrich's madness. Cray, as you enter one of the buildings, what you'll see is essentially a dwelling that looks mostly abandoned, in the sense that if you start like checking cupboards, you're not going to find any clothes. You're not going to find any belongings as such. Or they're like new builds where certain things have been installed, but there's not like the detritus that you saw in the homes on the other side on the mainland. But as you go in, you do see that there are a few pieces of archaeotech technology within the house. There is a pick screen, basically a TV. There's a fridge. There's a sound system. All of these items have been damaged to where they're no longer usable, but all of them would have componentry in them that is archaeotech in origins. As you go into the next building, this one looks like it has been lived in. There are like curtains up. There are picture frames that I imagine all the picture frames in the archaeotech days weren't actually pictures. They were more like our LED picture frames. So they're all dead. None of them work. Most of them are damaged. But they are all areas of valuable archaeotech componentry that can be gathered. You just need to put in the time and effort to gather them all up, take them apart, collect what looks worthy of collecting or usable.
Yeah, sure.
Cooney, this is much the same as you're following Cray around and checking out the next building along. So he does one, you do one. You look over at Heinrich, who's still calculating his mad plans for breaking up into parts and quadrants and parcels. And it is very much the same. Although in this building, give me an awareness check as you're looking around. There would be a +10 because you're not exactly in any rush.
What the? That's not. I don't pass.
Do
So-
I get a bonus for my augury?
No, Craig. I mean, Craig,
Advantage?
you're just currently like going through another building, checking, and if you find, imagine if you find some archaeotech items, you're kind of either pooling them together for now, or you're doing a little pile, and then going into the next house, doing a little pile, doing the next house, and and then coming back and collecting the piles, and so yeah, you're in separate buildings. It's what I'm cutting at. But yeah, Cooney, you go around and you check the building, and it does look like it was lived in. But at the same time, as you're moving around, you see more. So you see more. I'm wondering if do you have Imperial lore, Cooney?
Back in just a second.
I don't remember. I don't. Not yet. I didn't. I technically can't buy it, but I
Okay,
haven't
can
bought
I
it yet
get
because.
an intelligence check with a -20?
Okay.
So okay,
Aha!
1.1 degrees of success. So practically 2.
Additional.
So, as you're moving around, Cooney, you do notice something that is off. You haven't seen it before in the other buildings, and you pick it up, and it's got an Aquila on it. So, it's an MRE pack. Empty. Oh, actually, you wouldn't have seen an MRE. Well, the chances are very unlikely.
Wait,
I mean, hold on.
are you packed with an Aquila?
Yeah, an Imperial MRE pack is highly unlikely for you to have seen, studied, and be like, oh, I know what these are.
No, but would I believe Tal would have an equivalent?
Yeah, you
MRE?
may have an equivalent, but that doesn't mean you'd know what an MRE pack is. Like an empty package on the floor. That's why I had you do the like you do know what it is because you succeeded. But imagine your MRE packet contains your food, your cleaning items, and you've opened the packet, taken the goods out, and chucked it on the floor. Like you're looking at it, going, well, "What's that? I haven't seen anything like that before." You've picked it up. You have succeeded, so you look at it and go, "Hang on, isn't this what the whatever the word is?"
Smells like chili con carne.
Yeah.
Best one.
Isn't that like what the Talva use for whatever their name is? The Tal word for humans is what they're in. You know what it is. It's an MRE, which is out of place here. As you pick it up and you go to leave the building, perhaps to tell the others, is when you notice that there's daylight coming through some of the walls. Like your presence has lifted up some dust, and you can see the light shining through holes. As you look where the holes are, they're currently hitting your armor on the chest. You look behind you and there's a wall, and you can see stains across the wall. What your awareness check did not show you before when you entered. But as you look around on the floor, there are no bones. There are no belongings. There's no empty las clips or bullet shells or...
I'll step out because I think Coney will feel more comfortable walking with Cray because Cray might see something, go like, "Oh shit, that's archaeotech," and it might go like, "No, that's a coaster." So I think Cooney's just going to Cray. She's going to tell him what she saw. If Heinrich's close to, she'll tell Heinrich. She's going to be sharing, and she'll just start moving with Cray, and then, but yeah, I guess that's it for now.
Cray, Heinrich, anything to add or carrying on?
I mean, I would take a look at it. Do I learn anything out of it, or?
Much like Cooney, you go into the room, you see the light striking the wall. You can see just the stains on the wall. When you pick up, or when you take the MRE pack from Cooney, you see the Imperial Aquila stamped across it. You also see the mark of a rogue trader's house. It is the rogue trader that came to this world, whose name I believe is like Ostergard, or Ostermark, or Oster something or other. I can't look at my notes right now, but it's something along those lines.
It's actually Jeff.
How dare you? Technically there is a barcode on it, so technically you could find out exactly where it was created and when, but for now, Cray, you don't have that ability. So you can see, you know whose MRE it was. But apart from that, again, even if you attempt to scan, you will not find any remains of the individual other than the stains and the holes left behind. Are you ready to move up into the next street, or do you want to just carry on slowly but surely getting through the front row?
I would do row by row.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll happily like join in the search at this point. Like after they get in the first house and stuff like that, and I finish up
That's
joking
it.
with myself. Basically, I'll just kind of sit around. And, yeah.
So Heinrich's noticed that the others have carried on with their work methodically and has given in.
They're not listening to me again. Excellent. Now I can
He
have a
joins.
moment of peace.
He joins the party.
I mean, I'm an admech. I'm not supposed to listen to you.
So after about half an hour, you've gone through all the houses at the front. You don't find any other bodies or any other, I shouldn't say bodies, any other stains that resemble where someone died. You do find some battle damage, but not that much. You find, again, it's maybe like 3 to 5 items of archaeotech that could be broken down into componentry.
Okay.
Currently, there's probably too much for you to carry around and check on all these buildings, so I probably would say that you're just stacking them. Either in a central location or one of the buildings. You're just, okay, right, we've done those 3 rooms, those 3 houses, let's grab all that stuff and take it to that house. Those 3, okay, take it to that house to try and
that sounds good.
gather it all up.
Well, just like I'll like scratch like a very visible mark into the side of the house or something like that.
And you can also pick one of the houses that you may stay in tonight in case you do have to spend the night. Something along those lines.
Okay.
So it's probably been about 45 minutes for you to go through all the houses at the front. As you go into the next row of houses, this one's quite simple. You go onto the next road, and there is a road that goes. I didn't actually draw it in, which I probably should have done, but it basically comes down and then goes either way to the houses.
Just a question, just to check if my memory is actually correct. The way the housing is set, it's basically going up a little hill, and there's a big house at the top, right?
There's not a big house at the top, so this front row of houses is on the shoreline. You go up a hill, there's a bit of a plateau. Where this row of houses has been in, you go up a hill, there's a bit of a plateau. This row of houses, there's not like a big grand house at the top.
I thought there was going to be.
No, they're all pretty similar construction. There's a little variation, but it's more there's not like a big grand mansion at the top or anything like that. They're all very similar.
Gotcha.
So as you move up to the next row, oh, well, that's unfortunate. I'll just use Muttermouth and Thomas as my examples for whereabouts you are. It's a little bit more apparent that something happened. As you get into the main part of the road, you turn around to look towards the coast, you can see that there's far more bullet holes in the backs of the buildings from the coast.
Wait. So this way?
Yes.
Because this is the coastline, and then so
Yeah.
the bullets are coming this
They were being invaded, or were fighting off a naval landing. Well, more like an amphibious crossing, probably, but whatever.
But hang on, the bullet holes are going into the back of the buildings, right? They're not
Yes.
shooting through their own buildings. So that sounds like it's going downhill.
Yes, they're firing downhill.
Yeah.
They're fighting to the beach to fight off a landing.
Yeah. Possible. Or something was chased down the hill towards the beach.
As you're looking, you can see there's not that many of them, or not many of them still remain, but you can see the signs of las burns on the walls as well.
Fucking hell. From like, what, 20 years ago?
I believe, yeah, it's about 20 years, 19 years.
Okay, fucking hell.
Yeah, there's not many of them, and when you do find them, they are sheltered, if that makes sense. Like the natural elements can't quite get to them as much to weather them.
Okay. It's just the naturally covered positions and stuff. Fair enough. Okay. I'm just kind of pondering this all to myself, like trying to piece together what's happening. Like, or maybe I take it, Craig, you probably are just like bark it out loud. Attack from the coast.
So
buildings.
As you begin searching the buildings methodically again, along this particular row, you don't find that much. Much like the front houses, they seem to have been abandoned. Like most belongings seem to have been taken, and it doesn't feel as if they were abandoned in a rush. From being in a lot of the houses, it looks like someone moved out, or a summer home fell into lack of use, something along those lines.
This
Yep.
small question. About that emerald that I found, did it have any other symbols except for the Imperium of Man and the RD house?
Yeah, that was about it. It does have a barcode that you can find out where it was manufactured and when. But if you try and scan it, you'll get information which is like redacted, because I haven't come up with it.
No, I don't scan it. My follow-up question is: so far, this is the only sign of this is the only indication we have of a possible allegiance of who these persons defending this coast belong to.
Yeah, the defenders definitely from this nugget seem to be rogue trader personnel.
Yeah, but the rogue trader also in the chaos, so.
See, as far as I can tell, just what this indicates is, the rogue trader or some other outside faction was on this island at some point. Like that MRE bag is it like the 19 years old, or is it much sooner?
Oh no, it when it was found, it was covered in dust.
Okay.
It's just it looked out of place. Like again, there's no real litter around here.
Yeah.
So if you see something that's
it
plastic,
stood out against it. It stood out against it because it's like it juxtaposes
Yeah.
the rest of the environment. Okay. Fair enough. All right, I slightly misunderstood. Sorry.
So when you do the second row of houses, again, it's taking kind of about an hour this time. There are more houses. You find a lot of small, broken archaeotech devices, a lot of which you can get valuable componentry from. As you move over to the next row of houses, things change a little. So, as you come up, and as you would probably, it worked last time. As you come up, you're kind of looking at the walls on this side. You do see a large amount of gunfire. But what you also see is firing positions that have been set up on this next level, because you can't, from this row of houses where Cray is now, you can't see the road on the level up. You have to climb up a wall if you're coming from the back of the houses. So once you get up, you're on a higher elevation. You start to see where someone a long time ago stacked up like broken bricks so that they had cover when they would, you could literally sit in that position now and see, someone had a gun resting here and they were firing down there. That would explain some of these bullet holes that are coming down this side. And again, on the road next to the houses, you can see where someone's set up so that they can lie prone on the ground and lay down fire across the beach. But what you notice most of all is, well, I'll give it to Cooney because she's the closest one to where I put the skeleton down. As you look at the back of this building, Cooney, you can see very distinctly 5 stains, all at about stomach height, chest height. Yeah, they're all about chest height. Don't know why I said stomach. They're all about chest height. And there's a distinctive stain, 5 of them on the wall, and there's a hole in the wall of the building that's almost but not quite center to where the stain is, like the darkest part of the stain.
Could you repeat that, please? You cut out for me.
So as you look at the wall, there are 5 stains at chest height that are roundish in nature, and there's a hole almost centrally of the stain where the darkest part of the stain is.
Just so I don't understand, this skeleton, does it look like it was pointing?
There's no skeleton. The skeletons are just the marker for where you are finding blood stains.
Gotcha.
Yeah, nowhere have you found any remains of any people except from the MRE.
So sorry, let me rephrase this. The blood stains are in this wall, right?
Yes.
Bullet holes are also in this wall.
Yes.
But does you told me that there were positions that we could see that looked like basically like a dude was sitting over here and pointing downwards, right?
Yes, that is correct.
Does it look like this blood stains from someone that got shot from the top row? Also, like from over here, while he was
There are
looking that way,
5. There are 5 next to each other, spaced out fairly evenly at chest height. It may be from the defenders. It may be from the attackers. You can't tell. You only know that there are something not very good has happened on that wall.
Something fucky. I'll point this out to the other guys.
Okay.
Can
Right, a little bit strange.
Would we have any idea of why this was done? This? Or do we also have no clue?
So if you stand where Cooney's looking at the wall, if you walk around in the area, give me, if you have law war, you can you can roll law war. If you have underworld, if you have commissar, if you have
wait.
Imperial Army, if you have
Does this look like a firing, like people got is it firing line? No, not firing line. When
Fire squad.
people got fire squad.
Firing squads.
Yeah.
little bit darker than that, but you're getting there.
My target is 38.
So Cooney's kind of put enough together to.
I clicked war. I couldn't roll it.
Yeah, if you've got any of the skills that I mentioned, you can roll it. If you haven't, and it's an intelligence check with it was going to be a minus 30. Now it's a minus 20.
I do have it. I don't know why I'm clicking the thing.
Yeah, no, the extra skills aren't working at all. Low Gothic, High Gothic, Common Lore, Forbidden Lore, all that's not working.
So I'm a roll D100. My target is 53, I believe.
So yeah, yours is 53.
Oh, yeah.
So you pass with 2 degrees and a bit, maybe 3 degrees. So I don't know how often the Tau would necessarily do this, Cooney. I will give you that.
More than you think.
But as you stand, you've walked around, you've looked at it, you've pondered it. The others have come around. An imagination that you didn't quite realize you had comes to life. And you can imagine some people about the size of Heinrich on their knees, facing away from the wall as someone walks down with a pistol and bang, 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 bang.
So, quite possible that the rogue traders, the previous rogue traders men, just executed whoever used to live here.
Wait, 5 people were executed. That is for damn sure.
Okay. That's 45. That's not a war crime.
Depends on who you executed.
I mean,
women and children, war crime.
I don't think there legally can be war crimes in 40k because I don't think all the different factions have signed it.
No, there are no war. There is no Geneva Con in 40k. It doesn't exist.
Can you prove they were children?
Where are your witnesses, sir? I believe you'll find that planet is dead.
How do you know they're not, just short little tiny guys?
Sorry, I know you wanted to bring that planet out as a witness, but unfortunately it had a sudden case of death. Don't ask why there was an Inquisitor nearby.
Well, see, I don't think Cooney would be. I don't think Cooney would be unaware of stuff like this. This is. I think this, no matter what race you are, if you're in the military, you would know.
Oh, the Tau do this.
Yeah, Tau also do this because executing people in war, it's par for the cause.
Oh no, the Tau do this when people don't accept their job offers.
That too. I mean, come on, you gotta accept the offer.
So
I will
yes,
make you an offer you can't refuse.
loads the Cox pistol. I see. So
They only
as
castrate you, so it's just fucking terrifying.
as you begin searching the third row of houses, you notice more and more in these houses where someone came along and retrofitted them for defense. This is quick, it's shoddy, it's grabbing bricks and quickly stacking them up. Maybe really quickly you can see where there's the in like you well, after 19 years would you notice it? You can notice that there's still dirt on some of the bricks. At least it makes you think that someone quickly started digging up dirt and chucking it on the bricks to make more of a barrier. And again, you can see bullet holes in the walls that are facing the sea. So you can imagine that these people were under fire, as well as giving suppressing fire back. But you don't see any bodies. You don't see any las clips. You don't see any bullet shells. It's almost as if they completely disappeared. But you do, like I said, see more and more of these defences on this row. You do collect up some archaeotech devices, although there are less in these houses. And it takes you about an hour and a half to get through all the houses.
Okay. Anything special?
Nope. Nothing special, I'm afraid.
Just dead civilians and children, according to...
Just some bloodstains. Just some bloodstains.
Bloodstains everywhere. Good old
Children
bloodstains.
No.
So as you move up to the last line of houses, just like before, this section has been unlike the houses before, this section has been heavily fortified. You can see where they've put substantial effort into building up walls in between the houses. On certain houses, they built up what looked like sandbags along to build a false a sandbag wall, where you would imagine a gun emplacement was, like a heavy stubber or machine gun, or at least men there with auto guns protecting it. You see far less bullet holes than you would think on the walls at the top. So unlike these walls at the bottom, the houses one row below that have a lot more holes in, these ones have less. But as you begin searching this area, can I get a search roll from everyone? You can have a +10 because you're taking your time.
I'm going to yell at Cray to search better.
So did you say search?
Cray, you get a +20.
Oh, so that's 6 degrees of success then.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, holy fuck. Hang on a minute. How did...
Holy shit!
Oh my days. They've all succeeded. This never happens.
Thomas, what am I? You get out of this bullshit.
Sadly, they can't. So, good news then. Good news. As you've been searching this area, you do find the normal archaeotech stuff. And as you, because pretty much all of you succeeded on this, as you work your way through the houses, you come to probably the most well defended house. And you can see that it's 2-story. The windows have been busted out at the front. And as you enter the house, you can see that again, all the windows have been well reinforced for what you can do improvised style.
Okay.
There's a few archaeotech devices here and there, but as you begin searching proper, Cray, you notice something out of the ordinary. Like, how would I denote this? So, as Heinrich is walking around in the kitchen, Cray, you come into the kitchen, and as Heinrich walks along the tiles, you notice that his height drops ever so slightly. And as he walks back round, and the floor seems stable where he's walking, and then as he comes back round, his height drops ever so slightly. The boot gives in. Heinrich, you don't really feel this so much until you come back the third time. And what is that? You put your foot on the tile and you move your foot around, and you can feel it move ever so slightly in its housing. And when you put pressure on it, you can feel that it drops ever so slightly. Fortunately, Cray has begun to look into the mathematics of this and has disappeared.
It's not a landmine, is it?
Cooney, as you come into the room, you can see Heinrich moving his foot around, and it seems that something is moving, but you notice that there's a... So I don't know how to break this up into three ways, so you can't. Heinrich, you notice that it goes down and then goes to the side. As you do this, you discover a hidden hatch. The hidden hatch reveals a book. It's wrapped in leather, so you will have to unwrap the leather, but it is a book. On the front of the book, it says Arch Militant's diary. That is emblazoned with the Rogue Trader symbols or sigils. It has the Arch Militant's name emblazoned across it, and it has diary across the.
Okay, I'll take a quick flick through like one or two of the pages, and I'll like skip to the last page to see what the last update on the diary was.
Most of the pages, although wrapped in leather, it seems as if when the Arch Militant put this book here, they were wounded, as the pages are covered in blood. So some of the pages, as you flick through the start, have all stuck together and are not eligible anymore. But as you get to the last few pages, the pages are less stuck together, and it reads similarly to this. Mission was a failure. We were unable to get close to the target to verify its true nature. The weapon destroyed all hopes. We are lost. Seven of us are left, and we are fleeing from the Twisted Ones. Who knew they had a weapon of such virulent power and were so willing and ready to use it? In the night, we saw the meteorites, and in our hearts knew that those were no meteorites burning up in atmosphere, but they were our Lord's lineage burning. We are hunted The twists know us. They have our scent. We don't know how, but they are tracking. We will move to a fortified position and attempt to radio our allies on world to seek assistance. They came in the night. The Vox has been destroyed. We are falling back and we are cut off from our allies in the north and east. We must head west. Supplies are low, and yet we have killed so many now that it's hard to believe they can still keep coming. We will head to an island. At this point, it's our only hope. Hopefully, they cannot track us there. It didn't take long. We have fortified this position and we will hold. We found a number of weapons caches and we hope to hold them back for long enough. We are attempting to fix our Vox, but the prospects look grim. This will be my last recording, or my last update.
Entry,
that's the one, thank you. This will be my last entry. They have continued to push and they will not stop. Our ammo is gone. They will come this evening and we will meet them with cold steel and wrath. We go to the God Emperor's side, but one day someone may need this. Return it to the Rogue Trader house, inform them of what's happened, and there will be a reward. Underneath the book is a Rogue Trader ident card.
Is
the
ident card or the cognum tags, or
so this would be an arch militant's access code. Think of it that way.
Oh.
Or you can describe it as such in your inventory, arch militant's access code. At the last part of the book, the boat is hidden on the other side of the island. So, has anyone figured out roughly what happened here?
Sorry, 1 second. So this is what's left of the Rogue Traders party, and held out here against the Twisted Ones. The virulent power. You mentioned the meteors. I thought that was part of the fucking weapon, like some weird ass Dark Age technology weapon, right? But no, I quickly realized, and then you clarified, it was what was left of the fleet.
Yeah, something destroyed the fleet, or if not the fleet that was up there, at least one ship. At the very least, one ship.
Yeah.
That is correct. So, the survivors appear to... 2 of them went down fighting, whereas the other 5 were executed. You gather up what archaeotech you have. It will take a few hours, if not a full day, for you to fully process the archaeotech. So you can take it with you, or you can do it here. But you also have the locations of a boat, or a place to search for a boat.
Boat right, boat right, boat right.
I propose
To the boats.
we drop all the architect inside this fortified house, lock it, and go looking for the boat. What do you think?
Yeah, at least fortified house is going to be the best ones
Boat
for it.
trip.
Inside the architect pile, do I notice anything that looks like weaponry?
No. So far, you
They
have
mentioned
found
the weapons
no
cache,
weapons.
but see, when they mentioned the weapons cache, they weren't on the island yet. They mentioned the weapons cache on the route
No.
to
So
the
when they got onto this, when they came to this island and fortified it, they found a weapons cache.
Oh.
So whatever weapons they had were either used up fighting the twisted ones, and or when the twisted ones finally got here, they kind of took everything. Like there are no bones. There are no like magazine
They
clip.
took everything. We haven't found any bodies.
It's literally one MRE pack and a diary in a hidden location. Oh, and a boat. You are given. You are given. It's not just there's a boat hidden this over here. You are given some signifiers. So as the group head off, the island is paved. So you're not scrambling across unmade terrain, so it's quite easy to walk. It takes you about 20 minutes, if that, to get to the location where you see your first marker, and then you head down to the coast, and you find a number of trees on this side, although they're those sickly looking trees that grow on the coast that are constantly battered by the wind and they never really grow properly. And you see another marker that at the sickly trees, head this way along the coast, and you'll see this rock formation, head over to there, and you find the location quite easily. Probably in total it takes you about an hour with the walking round here, so an extra 40 minutes of searching. And you find a boat that has been covered with what are now completely dead and broken branches, and probably were once green and thriving, kind of. The boat itself, as you clear it and you're able to get access to it, it is a if you think of the Vietnam style boat that Clarkson had.
One of those motorboats.
It's like a jet boat. It uses jets.
One?
No, the Vietnam one.
Yeah. Wait, hang on.
So, like, if you
Vietnam War era one, or specifically the one like from the Vietnamese people?
No, the ones the Americans used.
The PBR. Hang on.
The one that Clarkson had recreated in either the Grand Tour special or the Top Gear special. It can traverse rivers, shallow coastal waters. It's not designed to go out into the middle of the sea. It's designed to go around the coast very quickly. It's quite light for a boat. Cray, as you check over the engine system, it needs a complete refurb. Like, you need to spend some time taking this thing apart, changing O-rings, oiling up gears and sprockets and so on. So, well, probably not sprockets.
This one?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a PBR.
Yes, like Apocalypse Now. That's another example. It doesn't have the guns on it. It does have the mounts for guns to sit on, and it looks as if the guns were taken off. You don't find
the US flag.
Yeah, there's a rogue trade. There's a place for a rogue trader's flag, but there's not one there. Inside, you find a box of MREs. It is only half filled, so you find 12 MREs. Each MRE is one food for one person for 1 day. And they will not spoil. So I guess if you put on next to your food primitive, non-primitive, or just put primitive, we'll know that can go off. The ploins primitive. Any ploins still in your possession might be going a bit meh.
Is anyone adding that to the cart?
I'll throw it in the cart now.
Okay.
Apparently there's 72 ploins in the cart, so Jesus Christ.
Not anymore. I would tick them off as rotten.
I'll remove them. No, you know what? I'll put them as rotten ploins. There'll still be something we can do with them.
I mean, in theory, they might just be fermented now, so
Yeah.
I imagine there's some mold there as well. They've been in the back of a car that's rocking around, and extra ripe fruit on.
I mean,
in transit.
Isn't there a bird I think in New Zealand that it's on the extinction list or whatever the name of the thing is, because it loves eating fruits and getting smashed on it?
Yeah, I think there is, but I also think it's no longer on critically endangered. I think it's now just endangered thanks to, humans preventing them from getting pissed. I think it's flightless. I think like David Attenborough went and saw one and it tried to fuck his head.
I'm pretty.
No,
that's
was there for a second?
No. That's the kookaburra, I think. No, not
the parrot-looking bird that can't fly.
It's not that one. It's not that one. Not that one at all.
Oh, okay.
And those ones are technically it's kakapo, the one you're talking about. It's not that one.
But yes, so yeah, I would remove them. But yeah, you find the MREs. There's no ammo. There's no equipment really. They stripped the vehicle. So yeah, it's non-functioning. But if Cray were to spend a few days and do a few tech use tests, Cray, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to get it functioning again. Just not now.
What? Time to add another thing to the to-do list.
Slowly turning my head with a big smiling face.
So,
Cray.
On the to-do list.
As a reminder, you do need a boat for the Adeptus Mechanicus's quest to find their explorator. This will be a pain in the ass to transport to the other side of the planet, but it is doable.
We can't just boat it the other way around. How's it powered, by the way?
It's a Prometheum engine, so it's a jet propulsion, like a jet propulsion, water jet.
Hang on. Is this an Imperial multi-fuel engine?
It's Prometheum powered. I don't know what to. It's Imperial made. It's not Archaeotech.
No, hang on. Is this the one that's like similar to the ones that's like inside Lehman Russ's chimeras and stuff like that? The general purpose multi-fuel 2-stroke engine, or 2-stroke, like what the fuck engine?
Yeah, yes, it wouldn't be anything specialized. Yes, that's the bird I was talking about. It wouldn't be anything. It would be like a Lehman Russ tank engine. It wouldn't be anything.
Oh no, but like that's don't forget, Lehman Russ chimeras and stuff are basically modified tractors.
Yeah.
What they have is essentially a tractor engine in them.
Yeah, so the engine powering this would just be a standard template, although it would be a modified engine for water use. Yeah. There would be some modifications there.
Again, a chimera is technically amphibious vehicle as well. So, and I'm just trying to clarify on that because we can retrofit a low grade fuel for that with those rotten ploins now. Basically making a small biofuel that can get us around in a pinch, but not good for long term use.
By all means, sure. It doesn't like that. You can do that once it's had a couple of days in a repair bay that had the engine.
We need a proper repair of it first. But yeah, that's just what I was kind of getting at. If it's one of those big engines that the fucking Imperium uses in basically everything, we can actually use those ploins like we were talking about for something else.
I didn't think
Also,
of biodiesel.
Jim is going ham on the wood pigeons.
He is. Wood pigeons get drunk. It doesn't surprise me.
They're funny as all hell, man. They're
the New Zealand wood pigeon gets super fat and eats so many berries that it often gets drunk and falls out of trees.
That's the thing, though. It's not just berries. They eat a shitload of fruits that have started to rot and they're fermented. So you just there are videos of people in New Zealand just looking at these pigeons just stumbling about and falling off the trees and just stumbling to a corner and falling asleep.
Imagine being told you can't hurt the pigeon because it's a protected species. I mean, maybe that's how we should deal with our pigeons in this country. Just get them pissed.
You have to tell the French that.
It's not the same type of pigeon, though.
Aren't our pigeons protected species?
Oh, and it says here they used to be a delicious source of fruity flavoured meat. So,
seagulls, right? Those bastards that deserve to be purged.
They eat fucking garbage. That's why they taste like garbage.
Yeah, well, those bastards are protected species. You can't kill them.
Really? There's fucking thousands.
Yeah, no, they are protected species. Apparently, they are endangered. I say good riddance.
I mean, I wouldn't because they're funny birds. And I like
scavengers.
Oh, well, yeah. No, they
are menaces that deserve to be purged.
The wild birds, gulls, and their chicks and their nests are protected under the Wildlife and Countryside Act 1981.
They're funny little guys. Leave them alone.
I don't mind seagulls stealing the guts from fish after a seaboat. I don't mind seagulls stealing my fries or my croquettes. Those menaces deserve to be purged.
All right, Milton almost turned off my computer. Sorry, give me a second. Milton's my cat.
What kind of cat?
Gray.
Trash cat.
Trash cat.
Does your cat just stare at the cage with the baby rats in, just like longingly, like?
I don't live with the missus, so he doesn't. He has never had access to the baby
Did
rats.
you ever bring a snack for the cat?
He does get snacks, not rat snacks.
Do you think the cat would eat a rat? Or would it just kill it?
Thing is, the cat would like the way Milton is. He would probably play with them, but the way that cats play with small animals is to play
wounding
and hurt them.
Mortally wounding it and playing with it until it dies.
Yeah, pretty much. So he's not basically a fat little kitty, so he wouldn't be interested in eating it, but
I crushed your spine. Now I'm going to torment you till you die. No, it was actually, I swear it was proven, or studies were done, where they took a load of farm cats that don't get fed, and they took a load of house cats that all get fed, and they found that the house cats killed more than the farm cats, because the farm cats would kill 5 mice, would fill up, and be like, well, I'm going to go and sleep all day, whereas the house cats would kill the mice just for entertainment.
Yeah, here's the thing you have to consider. House cats get really bored because they don't have to conserve energy. They don't have to go out and hunt for food. They're just being fat little kitties.
Big fat
Cats that,
evil
wild cats, not the same thing.
pig. No. Cat is cat.
But it just shows that
I
cats are
always find it
psychopathic.
funny
You know?
that the story of cat domestication is basically self-domestication. My peasants are useful. They even feed me for just being around.
Yeah, basically.
You know, dogs, it was symbiotic. It was symbiotic. You know, you help me, chap, I'll help you. Yeah, man's best friend. Cats are like, bow down and give me milk.
I mean,
Don't give your cats milk. Cats are intolerant to lactose.
Well,
I mean, there is cat milk.
It's not that's actually not me unless it's a specific cat made product. Sure, but cats are intolerant to milk from other species.
You need to give them
If you
hard
give a-
cheeses.
If you give a cat, milk, it might like it, it might love it, it might it's going to drink it, and then it's gonna have the poo poos.
What, you just want your cat to hold it in all the time? Not poop?
No,
You know
he
what I
means
mean.
Are you saying your
diarrhea.
cat's unladylike for pooping?
You know what I mean, goddammit.
Yes, also the boat does have markings of the rogue trader. This was Heinrich, as far as you would be aware, this would be something that could be constructed on a rogue trader's ship. It wouldn't have to be built in a forge or anything like that. Well, on a rogue trader wouldn't have to carry something like this around with him. He could just have it made on ship.
Okay. Dibs.
Heinrich
With
finds the
special
captain's seat. Dibs.
With special permissions to second hand to Cray and Gunnar Cooney.
Indeed.
Gunnar Cooney. So as you pull it out from its hiding place, you
Phrasing.
technically you can get it into the water. It does float, surprisingly enough. You could walk it around the coast to get back to where you were, and then load up the Archaeotech componentry. The only problem is you are going to have to row it, and it's not designed to be rowed, so you're going to have to get your other rowboat, attach it to the new boat, and then row the rowboat and tow it back.
Okay. We could, it is probably safe here for now, as long as we keep it, especially in the little hidden area. So,
well, it's probably gonna take about an hour and a half for you to walk it round the coastline.
Yeah.
Technically, if you had a load of servitors to pick it up and walk it back onto the road and walk it down, that would be the quickest and easiest way. But you don't. You 5 carrying it is going to be next to impossible.
I know.
So yeah, you'll have to float it around, and
I think that boat is like 7 or 8 tons. Looking at the picture.
So it's Imperial made, so it would be a little bit lighter. But yeah, it's still going to be very, very heavy.
Would it though?
What, be lighter? Yes. But the Imperium still uses more advanced technologies than fiberglass. It is.
I mean, the Imperium also has servitors and lazy bastards.
Yeah, but the Imperium hasn't created. The Imperium didn't come up with the design of this. They just built it as the plans said, and the plans ask for something that's lighter than our current day equivalent. It's also not armored. It's clearly this was designed for speed, for you to get around, to get to places. It looks as if it could be armored with armor plates added to it, but this variant just doesn't have armor plates.
Okay.
So you've probably used up about half your day at the moment.
I guess we go back then and fetch the Dark Age technology. I mean the archaeotech and sort it.
So yeah, you're about 6.5, 7 hours into your day, from when you woke up from when you paddled over. So you still got time.
Okay.
Cray, it's probably going to take you about a day or 2 days for you to break down all this stuff, to test it and to see what's useful and what's not. You can just take all of it and dump it at the Sky Tower, and then they'll break it down. But you wouldn't know how much stuff you're giving them, if that makes sense. Again, you don't know how rich the ore is if you look at it that way.
Yes. Would it be faster to load it in the boat and attach the boat to a volcano? I mean, a rowboat.
Yeah, that's what you'll do. You'll stick all the archaeotech. So yeah, this was just, if you want to break it down, there might be stuff that you can siphon off the top. If you dump it with the Sky Tower, you're just giving them the components.
No, I would scavenge them first myself.
Fair enough. So it took you about
salvager's fee.
Yeah, salvage, scavenge. Yeah, right way.
Through salvage, everything is possible.
It took you about 15-20 minutes. I think we settled on 20 minutes last time to row over here. It's going to take you 40 minutes to row over this time. You seem to be going against the tide, and you're tugging. You're putting another boat. The Izmirians seem very glad to see you on the horizon, and again shocked and amazed that you have brought back a floating car thingy. Only there are no servitors in this one. They seem a little bit disappointed.
Funny metal men off. Look funny.
But you're able to unhook the servitors from the car. They then help you pull the boat up onto the beach. From I really don't know if you could put it on top of your car and tow it along. And to drive it along. I think it's a bit too big to fit on the roof of your car.
Could we make a sled for it?
Yeah, sure. Why not? So you,
if the wood and stuff we get, or like whatever material we used for like the bottom, as long as it's durable enough to withstand a while of being dragged along the fucking ground, should be all right.
Yeah. So you spend some time. So you're going to spend the rest of the day, basically. You're gonna scavenge up some wood. You're gonna scavenge up some metal components. Maybe use some of the archaeotech, like the shells of the archaeotech devices. Maybe you take apart a couple of the TVs and you use the backing plates. Cray, I'm not even going to ask for a tech use test. I know your tech use is like fucking 100, and this would be a primitive sled anyway. I should get a tech use test, but I'm not. No. Yeah, you can easily manufacture a sled-like device that you can have because I'm trying to think, the hull of them is more like a twin hull, so it goes. There are 3 points that would touch the ground, I think. 4 points, can't quite remember. So yeah, you can basically build a device that it sits on top, and it's a sled.
So basically, just one of those trolley. No, not a trolley thing.
It's a
How do
bit
you
like a
call
wood
them?
sled that you're making. Is it wood sled? Yeah, I can picture in my head the kind of crap that you're trying to put together and
I'm
make.
probably picturing about the same thing. So
So you need to remove another day's rations for 7 people, and then in the morrow you can head out. Is there anything else you can do that I can think of? No, not really. Is there anything that you lot would like to do?
during downtime and travel time, I would like to sort through the archaeotech.
Sure, it will take you a bit longer when you're traveling because you're obviously knocking and rocking about, but you can do it. Here's something that you can take apart. When you're taking apart the archaeotech, just as a so not all of the components you will 100% know if they work or not until they're actually installed and tested. Like the microchips that you find, the resistors, all this stuff. So you're basically taking things apart and just collecting all of them. If it's obviously damaged, then you're not going to collect it. But genuinely speaking, you're just collecting components up, and checking, like stripping the wires and making sure, okay, look, all these wires seem intact. It doesn't seem like there's any breaks in them, so they can be stored up and used. But sure, you can do that whilst you're on the move. So I will quickly grab you all, take you over to the world map. Yeah, don't look. No, don't look. Don't look. You saw secrets. You saw secrets. I think everyone's already seen those secrets before, though. So yeah.
Not really.
I missed it.
No, I think everyone's seen those ones before. Don't think there was anything too new or hidden.
I'm purposely not looking at the stream, so
Yeah. Someone's cheating shit. A130.
Okay, so as you come back onto the world map, it is going to be 2 days of travel. In that time, Cray, you can break down the archaeotech components. Actually, give me a tech use test for this. But I want a -30 for the traveling. Yeah.
I guess I just realized that while traveling, I'm just shaking too much, and I quit it after like 10 minutes or so.
No,
Trying to
it's
read
like
the PCB.
you're able to do the task crate. It's just you are a lot slower than what you originally thought. So it will take you the full 2 days of traveling. But you do break down most of the components. There are just some that are left. So that's another another day's worth of rations that go. But when you get to the Sky Tower, you are able to fill up on supplies or get food when you're there. Oh well, actually, you should be moving a bit slower because you're towing a. No, you're not. Yeah, you are towing. So
yeah, we are towing it, so we will be slowed.
Can I be bothered to whack off another? So it takes you 3 days to get to the. So take off another set of rations because you're driving a bit slower. You're driving a bit slower. You're going across along routes that are more stable. So rather than just trying to drive as the crow flies, you're having to pick your routes a bit better.
Okay.
So we shall do it like that. So I need to add on an extra day. So it is day 133. There we go. I should put down collected boat, but I won't. So what I'm going to do then is I am going to choose this as a good point to end the episode off. I still never got Roll20 to open up on Firefox. It's still closed off to me. So.
Still not?
No, yeah, still won't work.
Huh.
So yeah, sorry for the slightly shorter game. We started a bit later, and well, I now need to bring up all sorts of stuff on the GM screen. So I'd rather not have all of that stuff showing. Actually, that might no, it's all right. You've just been looking at Cray's character folder for the last couple of minutes. That's fine. That's fine. So yeah, we'll end.
I didn't even think to look at the bottom left corner.
We'll end the stream there. Because obviously I have a setup that shows the roles in the game, and well, yeah, in the GM mode, if I have it stuck on the character selection screen, it's and also I need to check some things out. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode where our players got a boat and figured out what happened to some extra individuals, and gained an access key for the rogue traders' equipment, should they find any. So yeah, in the future, some cool things to come, hopefully. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, everyone. And as always, bye-bye for now.
Boy.
See ya.
Testicular torsion!